So we've been using RStudio to do some importing, and we're going to actually use it this time to start doing some very simple statistical analysis. And we're going to start off with the summary statistics. But before we can do anything, we need to have some data that we're going to upload here. And I've got some already that I've imported in here, and they're there. I can just click on them and it pulls them right up. And the one that I'm going to pull up right now is I'm going to upload a file. It'll be an SPSS file that I will make available to you through Blackboard. And OK. So it's uploading the file, which I kind of say it's importing, but it hasn't fully imported yet. It uploaded it. So then I have to import data set, import. So it's brought it in there. And now it's actually going to show up in this spot up here. One of these, which is this one, big combined data set, that is the assigned object. These data up here are, some people that use RStudio will call them objects. We could access any of them at any point in time. They're all in here right now. If you wanted to, there's a way to, that we can get rid of them as well. There's this broom function, which can be dangerous to use if you're not careful, because it does sweep things away. It can't be undone. You can't use the undo button. You can't undo after you've used that broom. So be very careful with using these brooms until you're comfortable using the program. So what did I do? I imported the data set. It's this first one that's showing up there. So, and you can see it. This is our life expectancy data for the United States. I have 1990 values in here for life expectancy. And I also, if I remember right, I've got, 2017 life expectancies. I may even have 2019 life expectancies in here. And these data are pulled from a variety of sources, most from the county health facts data, but I also pulled data from the U.S. Census Bureau. So I definitely see 2017 and 1990 life expectancy data. We also see these @ symbols, which may present problems for us later on. And that's because I believe it was SPSS, it may have been Excel. One of the programs that I was using whenever this first data set was created allowed me or somebody to create a variable that started off with a number. And RStudio, being programming-driven software or cloud computing technology, does not like variables that start off with numbers. So it throws the @ symbol in front of it. So we'll have to deal with those later on. But for now, just to get your appetite whet for using the program, we're going to do some data analysis. So I'm going to zoom in down here on the bottom left corner, and I'm going to just type in summary. And then when I do summary, it says object, comma, and then whatever we're going to do it on. This could be a variable. Or I can just let it summarize the entire data set. So for now, I can summary. I might be able to just click on the whole object. Well, that doesn't work. So I have to actually type it. So summary, big, combined, and I could type that whole thing out, or I can hit the tab button. I like the tab button. It's easier. And if I hit enter now rather than comma and a variable, it will run the summary stats on the entire bit of probably just the continuous data, but maybe even more. So if I wanted that first one, life expect 1990, it's there. I just have to dig for it. There we are. You can see it. Let me make this bigger. Can you see it there? The median for life expectancy in 1990 was 75. The mean was 75. You can see the minimum. The county in the United States with the lowest was 62. And then also, if we were to scroll down somewhere in here, I've also got the life expectancy for more modern times. So you would actually be able to pull them up also. So there's a lot of data in that particular data set, so much that it might make it harder to easily read. There's the 2017 life expectancy data. So the median is 77, and the mean is 77 for the counties in the United States. So 77 versus 75. So we've added about 2 years of life expectancy in that 22-year period. So that is the summary command. Now, if we just want to do a single variable, we can maybe focus on that as well. So summary, I'm going to do big combined, and then I start off with big, and it populates that. I hit the tab key, and then if I want to just do a variable, I have to type in $, and when I type in $, it lets me pick something. You know, I can scroll down. I'm using my mouse, and there's a little trackball here on the mouse. That makes it easier for me. But you might be better with your laptop mouse or however to find what you're wanting. There's the 2017 life expectancy that I want. So if I were to pick on that one, it's going to give me probably a glitch. It doesn't like dealing with ant symbols. So I'm going to use a different variable for now, just to let you see that this works. And we'll use the life expectancy 1999, hit enter, and there they are. Easy enough. So we are going to now look at, you can do other things. You can do a mean if you just want the average, but you have to tell it the object, big combined data set, $, and then life expectancy 1990. If I'm trying to run a command with an @ symbol in there, it's going to give me a problem. It does not like the @ symbol. So there is the mean. If I want the standard deviation, I'm sure there's a command for standard deviation. There's all these different things once I typed it in, you know, so we'll come back to that here shortly. All right, so if I want to not deal with typing in these big, you know, things, I can also attach the data set. Now we have to be very, I typed in attach, and then I hit tab, and now I can do big combined data set. And when I do that, it says everything that I do hereafter is focused on that one single thing. So hopefully that makes sense. We've attached it. So now instead of typing in this big thing, I can just type in summary, parenthesis, and I can just even type in life expect 1990, and it knows. If I didn't do the attach, it wouldn't know. Some people discourage using the attach function because you're kind of using this fixed object. So changes that you might think you're making may not, I guess, be getting made the way you would think maybe if you've used other programs and don't have a lot of knowledge about these kinds of things. But for our purposes, if we're using a fixed data set for our analysis and you're only focusing on one, doing the attach is just fine. If you're not going to do the attach, or if you want to just do it the old-fashioned way, summary, big combined, and then $, life expect 1990, that will still work. There's more than one way to do these things. And if I want to do something else, summary, and I wanted to look at my e-cigarette data or something like that, when I clicked on it, it said view. So now that's up there. I can go back here. So now I'm viewing the big combined one. But if I want to do the e-cigarette data, summary, e-cig smoking, I can do that. I have the $, there. And I'm just going to tell it to do it on age, because that was the only continuous variable in that data set. it can do the analysis on another stat program or another object file, another data set at the same time. So it's kind of cool. So I'm going to stop it there. So it's just an introductory video on summary statistics. And you've seen some issues with these @ symbols that we're going to have to come back and address. So I'm going to stop it here.